Thanks, guys. Today I'm here with Austin Calvo, the new Vice President of Student Experience for SGA. Austin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Are you ready to get started?
I am.
Awesome. So as the Vice President of Student Experience, what are your goals for this semester?
So my goals over the course of the semester are to do a full charter review of every chartered organization. It's something that's supposed to happen every year in SGA, but it's something that's kind of like we've been too busy to get to that because it does take a lot of work. So over the course of this semester, and then if I get reelected next year as well, I'm going to continue that. And then I'm going to continue the Your Voice, Our Quinnipiac series that Tatyana started last semester, and that's just an open mic kind of experience focusing on different topics like women's rights, multicultural issues, stuff like finances, things like that. And then my other goal is just continue SGA internal training for like diversity and inclusion with everything that happened last semester. We just really want to propel that forward and make sure that we're actually like seeing growth there and we're not just staying stagnant.
Absolutely. You mentioned about you want to review like the charters, stuff like that. What are your plans regarding the chartering of certain organizations going forward, like new organizations, and what are your plans for already chartered organizations?
So for new organizations, the process it's just the same as it has been before. They just have to be recognized for a year and then come to me, and I have to make sure their charter is in line with our chartering policy. So that's pretty easy. But for organizations that are already chartered, I'm just going to be, as I pull their constitutions, I'm just going to send them an email and say, hey, I just want to let you know you're under review. If there is anything that you need to change, I'll send you an email and we can come in and talk about it, and you can get those changes back to me, and then we can like get your constitution up to date with how it's supposed to be running.
Awesome. Q30 was present during the SJ special elections last semester for this position, and what a lot of people brought up as a concern with you in this position was your internship. I know you said that it takes a while out of your day. Have you encountered any difficulties with managing your internship and SGA?
Not so far. It's just kind of been, I just have to be like really on top of all of my stuff and make sure I'm getting my homework done when I have to, make sure I'm getting my SGA work done when I have to, and make sure I'm getting my internship work done when I have to. And it's just kind of cut down on my free time, but I really don't have a problem with that because this is what I want to be doing. This position is what I want to be doing, and this internship is what I want to be doing. So
that's great. Another duty of your position is to act as a liaison for student organizations and to advocate for co-curricular engagement. With that being said, how do you plan to make yourself accessible for student organization leaders around campus?
So I have office hours posted in my office. Right now I'm in there about 16 hours a week. And I need to make those more public, but I just like set them in stone this week. So I'm going to go down and talk to people in the multicultural suite and make sure they're aware of those. And I'm also meeting with Don Sawyer, who is the Chief Diversity Officer filling in for Diana Riza, next week. And when I meet with him, I'm talking to him about meeting with the Multicultural Student Council. And so I'll let them know that, and they'll let their organizations know from there as well.
Awesome. It seems like you have a good system worked out. Do you think that in your position at SGA, you could aid Quinnipiac School in becoming a more inclusive environment?
That's definitely my goal. Like with the Your Voice, Our Quinnipiac series, like that's something that we want to like try to facilitate conversation, even like for people to ask us uncomfortable questions. And SGA is also hosting Ask Away at either the end of this month or early next month, and that's just an event where we're going to table the week before, and people can write whatever question they have, no matter how uncomfortable a question may be, and we're going to try to do our best to answer as many questions as we can. And we're trying to get people from like GSA, from Latino Cultural Society, like South Asian Student Society, all of those things. So there's a lot of different people there that can answer questions from an array of different topics.
Going back to your point about having the Your Voice, Our Quinnipiac event, that was a point of where a lot of issues arose in SGA last semester. Do you have a different plan on how to tackle the event this year, or are you planning to tackle it in a similar way? Can you just discuss that?
Well, I want to have kind of a schedule before we go into it, so I know who's going when, and I have no problem with like throwing random people in here or there. I just want them to, at the events, to come talk to me first, and just so I know what they're going to say, because like part of the issues last year is like he went up and no one knew what like was going to be said, and it was just started in a way that from the get-go was kind of uncomfortable. So I'll just want people to come talk to me and just make sure that anything they say isn't going to, even if like I'm not going to like hinder what anyone can say, but I just want to make sure they kind of like rehearse it so it doesn't come off as being very, it doesn't come off as like bad.
Absolutely. And then another job of yours listed in the SGA Constitution is to support membership development of SGA officers. A lot of students last semester criticized SGA for the events that unfolded. What steps are you going to take to prevent future issues in SGA?
So over the course of this semester and largely over the course of the next couple weeks, I'm going to be pulling every single SGA member into my office during my office hours, and we're going to have a conversation about things that they're uncomfortable with. So if I know that someone's uncomfortable about a specific topic, and then there's an event coming up in March about that topic, I'll be like, hey, you should go to this event because when we had our conversation, I know that you're uncomfortable about it. You need to learn a little bit more about it. So because of that, you need to go to this event. And everyone's going to have to go to minimum 2 events that fit the criteria of whatever me and that person decide that they need growth on over the course of the semester. And then after those 2 events, at the end of the semester, I'm going to do the same thing and pull everyone into my office again, have another one-on-one conversation with them and see if they feel more comfortable and where they are with the topic now. And that's a training that can keep going on through that person's years on SGA.
Thank you, Austin, for speaking with us. That is all the time we have. Back to Brenna and Brooke at the desk.